what's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. I'm just going to just making a run to the dispensary to get some edibles real quick. Have a bad mood. I'm in a bad mood today. I'm in a bad mood, and everything I'm thinking about, I have this cynical idea about everything. I saw yesterday, this morning I got up and I heard, I saw yesterday over the weekend that Nick Cannon has another baby on the way from some wilding out, non-black wilding out girl. At this point, I don't care. He's just erasing himself at this point. But the crazy part is that everybody keeps saying he has the money, and I don't. It pisses me off, because do you think that money is the only thing that a child needs? You have a bunch of children. This is going to be his 7th child, all over the place. The child is going to grow up in a single parent home unless she marries someone else. Single parent home, not around any of their siblings. Their father is going to be sporadically in their lives. So what do you think that's going to do for the development, for the mental well-being and the emotional well-being of this child, who has a father when they grow up who is likely going to say, my dad had a bunch of kids by a bunch of different women. I really didn't have a relationship with none of my siblings. He wasn't really around a lot. What do you think that's going to do? And for me, from my perspective, I feel like Nick Cannon is just doing this to fulfill his ego. Some people are like, is he dying? Yeah, we're all dying, god damn it. The fuck? We're all dying. We're all dying. That just because you're dying doesn't mean you start producing a bunch of kids all over the place who are going to be in single parent homes. I don't understand how y'all hate, y'all despise, y'all criticize and blame single mothers for the state of the community. But yet and still you're praising, well, he got the money to do it. He can have a bunch of babies all over the place. He could afford it. But can he afford those therapy sessions when those children become of age and need therapy because they don't know none of their goddamn siblings. They don't know where their father is. He comes every now and again. Their mother don't know shit about black culture, so that's going to be erased from their upbringing. So what the fuck is the goal? Like, what is he trying to do? I'm so annoyed by that. That's not he could do whatever the hell he wants to do, but I just feel like it's not cool to have a bunch of children everywhere just because you have money. Now, I could see if you were really in a poly relationship and he had all of the women in one home with all of their siblings, like a sister-wife situation, which he can afford that as well. Right? So I don't care that Nick Cannon is having a bunch of kids all over the place and he's a multimillionaire and he can financially take care of the kids. Children need more than finances to take care of the kids. Y'all get mad about child support, but child support is the financial equivalent of the lack of emotional support, the lack of a present parent, the lack of. That's what the compensation, the dollar amount comes in. It comes from the lack of, in order to supplement what the child is going to miss. Now all of a sudden he got the money. He got it. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he got the money. I'm so annoyed by that. Then I saw a clip of Contessa and Quad on Watch What Happens Live. And Quad is over here rooting for Portia and Simon because she knows them. She knows them. And they're good people. Just because they're good people does not mean they, should be, like Contessa said, handing over my kid to you for you to raise. I don't don't know you after 30 days. But we know that's a lie. Portia ain't nothing but Portia has known that man longer than 30 days. She's been a whore for that man longer for 30 days. And when we're breaking down, we see all the people breaking down Simon and things about Simon. He's not as wealthy as the people are performing or saying or demonstrating that he is. And I would be looking at Quad like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, for real? Oh, she didn't know Fallon. That don't have shit to do with it. Whether she knew Fallon or not. Bitch, you don't know a nigga after 30 days. Trust me. They are still sending their representative to you after 30 days. Y'all ever been on a job? When do the representatives fall off? After 90 days and when those benefits kick in. When the benefits kick in, the real nigga shows up. The nigga who don't call in for work. The nigga who's absent from work. The nigga who don't show up. The nigga who do partial work, who is not productive at all. After they get past the 90 days probation period, then we see who the real motherfucker is. But in 30 days, we ain't raising no kids together, nigga. I don't give a fuck how nice you are. I was so annoyed by that. I was like, and then I would feel so, let me tell you something. If Portia is pulling a stunt with Simon and all of her friends are supporting her, I would look at my friends like, you bitches are really supporting me in these shenanigans. You bitches are really supporting me in these shenanigans. I'm also annoyed that the world has opened back up. I'm so annoyed by that. I'm so annoyed that there's this idea that if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. Okay. Well, how do I know if you've been vaccinated or not? And you walking around just because I'm just so annoyed by everything today. So annoyed. I saw that thing about Nick Cannon. I was like, ugh, there's nothing admirable or honorable about anything that he's doing. Oh, and then I saw a clip last week that Tyrese was on something talking about how he's the therapist for his friends, and his friends, they always seeking advice from him. He is an energy sucking vampire. I would never allow him in a space of vulnerability. He sucks the energy out of people. I don't give a damn what y'all think about Tyrese, how fine and chocolate he is. That nigga is an energy toxic vampire. Disgusting. Somebody asked me the other day, Erica, you sound like you can't stand men. You know what? I can't stand the way y'all have been socialized and the way y'all lean into your socialization, no matter how violent it is, the programming. You guys are just operating from this program that doesn't do your community any good, and you think it's doing you some good because it looks similar to how white men act. And you're not doing any good. I'm so disgusted today. So disgusted. I'll be back. Or not. Yeah, so as I was saying, I have an issue with the way that human beings are socialized, i.e. programmed in this place. And that's why I just have this like intolerance to shit. Like, you've been programmed. We've all been programmed a certain way. And I think when we get to a point to say, you know what? I reject this programming. And I was talking to Marlene over the weekend, and I was telling her how I feel like with trans people, they reject their programming. The programming is white, male, heterosexual, and Christian. When you reject or are not a part of any of that program, you are oppressed in this society. And black men, they have been programmed, and they lean into their programming no matter how detrimental it is to themselves and to their communities. And which is why you have so many women with so many grievances, because you're just walking right in your programming. You don't see the issues with how you've been programmed. You want other people to be follow this programming like this. You assume that there's this default setting for people that, okay, everybody's born is straight. And when you go against that programming, all of a sudden something is wrong with you. And it's like, nobody gets it. You've been programmed. And for the people who decide, like, I don't want to be programmed like this, I don't want to follow what society tells me I have to follow, I think that's what I really ride so hard for queer folk and LGBTQ folks. I really ride, because it's like, you are rejecting your programming. You have, like, what Barnine and I was talking about, it's like, you are these highly advanced computer systems, and at the beginning you come out and they're programming you male, white, heterosexual, Christian. And when you go against any of that and you say, you know what, I need to unlearn this. I don't have to be Christian. I don't have to be male. I don't have to be straight. When you go against any of those programs, somehow, some way, you are in an oppressive area. You're marginalized. You are discriminated against when you go against your socialization. And I have a problem with people who lean into their socialization, no matter how detrimental it is for themselves and their community. Now, I can't save anyone. That's why I don't be preaching out here, because people they're programmed that way. They're fine with it. They're going to walk through life being programmed, and that's it. I have a problem with that. I don't like the way men are socialized. You're not socialized to treat women well. You're not socialized. And that's why I like when they, oh yeah, are you divested? Yes, I have. I don't talk about it because I've divested. I don't talk about it because I've divested. When you are truly divested, you're like, I don't give a fuck. If you really want to know, I don't care. And the other day I had to check myself, because Cynthia G had this white dude on her channel. He called in. When I tell you, he was talking cash money shit. Only thing I didn't like what he said when he said there's white trash and there's black trash. I didn't like that. But when he started talking about black men, the programming in me was like, how the fuck does he talk? He can't talk about no black men. I said, oh, you know what? No, I don't have shit to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with, and I don't need to save. I don't have nothing to do with how a white man views a black man. Nothing. That is your doing. I don't have shit to do with that. So when I hear a white man disparaging a black man based on what I'm seeing too, like I'm looking through the same lens and I'm seeing like, I could see that Goldman and Sachs and other corporations are investing in where they see power in other groups of people, in which they are investing in black women. They are investing in black women because they know where the power lies in the black community. Right? And this man was talking and saying things about black men, and I was really like, oh my God. Like, I was really like, that little programming was like, okay, Pavlovian response. Protect black men. Jump up and protect black men when somebody is talking about black men. But guess what? I am working on deprogramming that part of my operating system, that I'm not jumping up for these niggas at all. If a white man has a view of a black man, however he sees it, it is not my job to change the perception of what and how another person sees a black man. That's not Erica's job. That's not a woman's job. It is a black man's job to change the perception of what society has for him, not mine. So I even have to check myself when I was listening to that audio, and I was listening, I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, no, Erica, no. You don't have shit to do with that. The way that white man views black men and what he said about black men, and how they are really the reason why your women are so masculine is because your men have not created a safe space for you to rest in your femininity, right? You have to raise children. You have to work. You have to do this. You have to do that. So yes, you are going to embody both energies, one more than the other on any given Sunday, when you have to. So you can say black women are masculine and you don't like, well, we're masculine because the energy of masculinity, we have to embody that so much because we have to ensure that our community doesn't fall under the failed leadership of black men. I'm sorry. Now, if for me you think that because I'm saying these things and having these critiques, I hate black men, no. I hate black men who have been programmed, who lean into their programming, who don't take any initiatives to deprogram themselves from this idea that you have to be white because you're so programmed that you even procreate to erase yourself. I don't have nothing to do with that. Y'all can erase yourself. Y'all can eliminate yourselves. Because I know if the women I know, the black women I know, if they have babies, they black. Because only a black woman can produce a black baby. Period. I have all of these ideas, and today I'm in the mood to let you hear them. So, however way you feel, if it doesn't align with how I feel, you and I are two different people. You are allowed to not agree with me. You are allowed to have your own views. You are allowed to say, Erica, you sound fucking ridiculous. You are allowed to any of that. Because we are not tethered to each other's identity so much that what I say is law. What I say you have to abide by. Nobody is forcing you to do any of these things. Nobody. Why is he driving with his lights on? I don't like when cops do that. Like, that's an abuse of power. You don't need to go through an intersection and put your sirens on. You're not chasing nobody. That is an abuse of power. I don't like it. I don't like nothing. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go back to work. Lady, don't cross the street because you might get hit today. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. I'm just posting this. Y'all ain't gotta leave no comments. I don't give a damn what y'all say today. Peace. I just had to get it out. I had to get it out. All right. Peace.